Let's talk more Pac-12 though. Let's go to Seattle. Utah visiting Washington. Utah catching 9.5. Wow.
I think the power ratings have. I thought this line's gonna be a little bit higher. I think the power ratings have cooled down on Washington a little bit, and I wonder if there's a little bit of overreaction to last week with Utah just beating the crap out of Arizona State. I wonder if there's a little bit of that. God, this line's pretty low, and I'm not saying I'm gonna pick Utah, Washington either way. I'm just gonna let you know, like, I think it surprised me, but I'll let you go.
Uh, Utah's offense the last couple weeks has done well against poor defenses. I would not classify Washington's defense as poor, right? And that's why this makes this tough, right? I don't think they're in that top echelon, right? In the Pac-12, right? That upper echelon, right, is of course Utah and UCLA. I don't know if of course Oregon, duh. I don't know that I put Washington in that echelon. I don't know that I put him in that tier. Michael Penix, of course, has been playing out of his mind the last couple of weeks, minus the Arizona State game, but there was a lot of flu going on there. It was a weird week.
Yeah.
Late night Pac-12. I just I feel really weird about this game. I feel really weird. And when I feel weird about games, I'm going to stick with what I know, and I'm going to take Utah to cover the 9.5. But not just that. Give me Utah as a 9.5-point dog to win straight up in Seattle. Yeah, you heard it here.
Wow.
You heard it here.
Real
I don't
quick.
know. It's just I'm predicting just a weird game. Now,
Okay.
is that the right pick? It probably is not the right pick to take Utah straight up in this game. Yeah. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
we talked about this though. It's always the right pick to take them to cover. It's never the wrong pick to not fade Kyle Whittingham, if that made sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I feel like people aren't talking about this game enough, which is exactly why people should be talking about this game. You know?
That's always when Utah's dangerous. I will say here, like, people forget. I think everyone just has made up in their mind with how poor Washington has looked, right, since that Oregon game, and like how good Oregon's looked since. Like, everyone just expects, oh, they're gonna rematch and Oregon's gonna beat them neutral site and they're gonna go to the playoffs. People forget, like, Washington's undefeated. They're 9-0 right now. They're still like very much in the thick of college football playoff implications. And I think Seattle Washington's gonna be buzzing. I think Michael Penix and the seniors on that team that came back for a reason. This was the game, and these are the types of games that they were supposed to win and that they wanted to win. Husky Stadium's going to be electric. They're going to run the ball, right? They got them going last week. Had a great game on the
We'll see
ground.
if they can run the ball on Utah.
And you don't have to, like, okay, you don't have to go, 26 carries, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns. You don't have to do that, but you have to at least try. Give Roma Dunze some chances of being able to get open and get going. Polk as well. Is McMillan still hurt, right?
Yeah, it's been weird in because he's like played a couple snaps in a couple games, and then I don't know. I have not been following that injury because I have not been able to figure it out at all.
Yeah, let
So
us
he
know if
might
you
be back. I
in
don't
the
know.
comments there. Let us know if you have any information on that. I've been trying to find stuff and it's kind of weird. But regardless, I think Polk and
Washington
McMillan
fans, help us
or
out.
Polk
Utah
and
fans, I know that Kyle Whittingham keeps the cards close to the hand or cards close to the chest. So that's going to be a mystery. But Washington fans, let us know. I would love to know the injury status of Jalen McMillan. Of course, as we're recording this Wednesday, so this come out Thursday morning. Yeah, let us know. I mean, would it influence my pick a ton? Probably not. I mean, they still got Jalen Polk and Rome Thursday, so I'm not. And I guess it looks like they found a run game. I don't know. I feel like this is just this is a letdown spot for both these teams. I think they're both coming off absolute barn burners where Utah played great game offensively against an absolutely horrendously beat up Arizona State, who resorted to the fourth-string quarterback. They're missing like 5 offensive linemen. And, of course, Washington played USC, whose defense I mean, got more holes than Swiss cheese. I mean, so
I will
feels like a
say like
letdown spot for both these teams. But give me the better coach. You heard it here. Kyle Whittingham, better coach than Kalen DeBoer. Yup.
that's not a hot take. And like I get if you're a Kalen DeBoer truther, like that's fine. I'm a huge fan of his. Kyle Whittingham's the class of the Pac-12 right now. Like he is. Dan Lanning, would I hire him to run an elite level program more than Kyle Whittingham? Probably. But like Kyle Whittingham's a dog and should never be untrusted. I will say though, with that being said, I'm going to take Washington and the points. I do think it helps being at home. I do think they're motivated. Not that Utah won't be, and Utah would love to crush their dreams. Would love to. But Washington's going to be highly motivated to win this football game. And Washington, the thing that scares me is they are in the meats and potatoes of their schedule. We circled this back half of the year for them. The month of November was going to be brutal. Started with USC on the road, Utah at home, at Oregon State next week, and then finishing off with Washington State, right? And Washington State's just been dramatically worse than we thought they were going to be, especially after the hot start. But regardless, huge rivalry game. This is really interesting here for Washington's. I do think this is, I wouldn't call it a must-win game. I think there are scenarios where they can lose this game and still make the college football playoffs. But I think this roster, these seniors, they understand the magnitude of this game and the urgency that they're going to play with, and I think they will.
I mean, you hope so, right? But maybe Bryson Barnes' legacy game? Come on, Bryson Barnes. I just really want to see. Man, I love Utah. I hope they win this game.